that everybody is facing, which is, lack of khushu'a in the salah, concentration. Whatever you call it, concentration, contemplation, serenity, tranquility, it's one word, which is al-khushu'a. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala admired the believers. And the first state that He admired them with in Surah Al-Mu'minun, He said, قَدْ أَفْلَحَ الْمُؤْمِنُونَ, which means successful indeed are the believers. Number one trait of theirs, الَّذِينَ هُمْ فِي صَلَاتِهِمْ خَاشِعُونَ, those who acquire and maintain khushu' in the salah, in their prayers. يعني concentration, yes. Tranquility, serenity, to focus on your prayer and not to wander around, to pray properly, all of that. These are all the components of al-khushu' in the prayer. I find a very beautiful and a beneficial advice that the Prophet ﷺ paid to one of his companions is actually the greatest mean that would help in acquiring khushu' in the salah. When the Prophet ﷺ said to one of his companions, صَلِّ كَأَنَّكَ مُوَدَّعٌ. The reason why we lose our khushu' in the salah, because we offer the prayer as some sort of rituals. Like we make wudu like machines, then go and offer the prayer, and by that we think that we're done, alhamdulillah, shukrillah. But this advice was very unique. He said, pray and treat this prayer as if it is going to be your last prayer. What are you going to do if this is going to be your last prayer? Most definitely, you're not going to be thinking about any worldly thing, business, children, school, car, investment, house. You're not going to be thinking about anything else, because you're told, or you know for sure, that once you offer this prayer, you will expire. So what will benefit you most is this prayer. And the first question the person will be asked about on the Day of Judgment is concerning as-salah. And if it was done properly, then all the rest of his deeds will be fine and will be accepted. فَإِذَا صَلَحَتْ صَلَحَ سَائِرُ عَمَلِهِ. If he was upright, then the rest of his deeds will be upright. So this is one advice. On my page, I put a link for a beautiful book that I believe it's like 33 reasons how to acquire khushu' in the salah by Dr. Muhammad Salih al-Munajjid. It's an amazing book. But the advice which I found beneficial most is what I mentioned earlier. In addition to what you do before the prayer would reflect on your khushu' in the prayer. The heart is a vessel, is a container. You filled it with goodness. When you enter the salah, you will enjoy it. You filled it with filth. Somebody was dealing with haram, watching haram, talking about haram. Then he says, Allahu Akbar. No, you will not find your heart. Your heart is not there. Your heart is immersed in the ma'asi which you started before the prayer.